Hello everyone, my name's Steagle the Beagle. How y'all doing in YouTube land? Wonderful, fantastic, amazing. Today I want to do something a little different in my formula of Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Normally, when I go over new cards, it's usually just over the most interesting ones I can find, or over ones that I just particularly find interesting. I've decided instead to just interview new archetypes as they come out now, because my reactions to when they first come out are often much better and much more detailed than ones I put in the script. So I just thought I'd do a little reaction video. This is the first one. This is not going to be the first. I'm not going to be reacting to individual cards, as those are not nearly as interesting as reactions for me as entire archetypes. So whenever there is a new archetype, you can ping me on Discord or something if you do have my Discord, or just put it in the YouTube comment, and I'll get to it as soon as I can, and I appreciate your contributions. Of course, as you're seeing on screen right now, the first one we're looking at is Valmonica, which the fact that they are pendulums already makes me not want to review them. But I will go through the pain of looking at new pendulum cards for your pleasure. Please be thankful. Alright, let's look at it. So level 4, Dark Fairy Pendulum Effect. Dark Fairies! Okay, so this can be played in Dark Lords already. This is what I'm seeing. The fact that they're pens actually could help out Dark Worlds a bit, but I feel like the Despia Dark Lord variant is already just the best Dark Lord variant, so I don't think that'll do much. As well as the fact that they're pendulums. I do want to comment real quick. I don't hate pendulums in general. I hate the fact that most pendulum cards support pendulums, so they get labbed into these weird-ass combo decks, especially in OCG where it's just Electromite spam. It's the most annoying thing known to man, and I hate having to watch it every single time pendulums are meta. So as long as they don't do that, I'll be perfectly fine. So let's see, Pendulum Effect. 1. While there is a Fiend monster in your other pendulum zone, each time you recover life points, place an Echo counter on this card. Okay, starting off, each time you recover life points. That already has synergy in Dark Lords, because like their best Link monster recovers life points. Really good, and place an Echo counter on this card. Don't know what those do yet, probably will find out later. I'll reserve judgment on Echo counters. 2. Once per turn, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, immediately after this effect, Link summon a Valmonica Link monster. This is interesting. Could be concerning if they have... These are pendulums who do not restrict your pendulum summoning. So I'm very concerned if they have generic links that are like Link 4 or higher, you can do a negate. Because then just like any pendulum deck has a negate, which is fucking terrifying. We will see what happens though. Instantly what I'm thinking here is, as long as the Link monsters aren't too busted, I'm actually fine with that. Let's see, you can only use the 1 and 2 monster effects once per turn. Okay. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card, take a Valmonica from your deck, and place both that card and this card to your pendulum zones. Is that the next card? Yeah, Demone Volcanic. So I'm guessing the other one will have the same thing with like Angelo Valmonica. So no matter what, you have the ability to set up your pendulum zones. That's pretty good. During your main phase, this card's normal special summon. You can banish a Valmonica spell, normal spell trap from your graveyard. Not any spell trap, normal spell trap. Apply that card's activated effect that would recover life points. Okay, so this is just Dark Lords, right? This is just literally a Dark Lord card disguised in another archetype. It recycles your spells from the graveyard. Of course, instead of putting them back into the deck, it banishes them, which actually might be better in certain scenarios. It recovers life points to help deal with Dark Lord yeah, so this is just Dark Lord support. Okay, so far, I actually really like this. Depends on what Echo counters are used for, and what the Valmonica links do, and also what the Valmonica spell traps do. So this card is very dependent on the rest of the archetype. Let's move on then. So far, it's looking good. I like it. Demone Valmonica. There you go. Level 4 Light Fiend. Oh, so we have a Dark Fairy and a Light Fiend. Okay, so this isn't Dark Lord support. Never mind. While there's a Fairy monster card in your pendulum zone, each time you take effect damage, place an Echo counter on this card. So I'm guessing their spells make you take effect damage or something? Monster controlled by your opponent loses 100 attack for each Echo counter on your field. Oh, interesting. So, So you force your opponent to take tons upon tons of like attack reduction for each Echo counter? That does not seem like a good payoff. Unless Echo counters are like putting 10 or more on average to make your opponent lose 1,000 or more. This is not good, but still, I really don't see what Echo counters used for. Maybe their links will come in handy. Okay. You only use the first. Discard in hand, discard another card, take and... Okay, yeah, so what I assumed... So no matter what, you have your pendulum zone. That's pretty good. During your main phase, you can banish for... Okay. That would inflict damage. That would recover life. Oh, they're the opposite. So this is each time you recover life points. This is each time you gain life. This is each time you lose life points. That's interesting. So the spell traps make you lose and make you take damage? So what I'm guessing is the traps, which are offensive, make you take damage to do things, and the spells, which are defensive, give you life points and then, like, search or something. That's what my guess is. That would be pretty cool, actually. I like this so far. Okay. So far it's not locking us into anything, which I like. I like archetypes which are a little underpowered, but are generic, so that they work with a bunch of shit. Valmonica, Reverse Deity, give me a sec, Jewelarume? Link 1 Dark Fairy Link Effect. Okay, 2500 on the Link 1. 1 effect monster. It's generic. You can only link summon this card if a fairy monster card in your pendulum zone has 3 or more echo counters. Oh! Okay, so you need to get echo counters anyway to summon your links. That's cool. I like that. That kind of forces you to play. So you have to play life gain to summon this. You have to play a life gain. So a Romage, I guess? No, the best of Romage cards lock you into plants. I don't really know what this could be used for. If this card is link summon, you could target monsters. You can only summon it once per turn. I forgot to mention that. If this card is link summon, you could target monsters your opponent controls up to the number of echo counters your pendulum zone, destroy them. That's the payoff of the echo. So at minimum, destroy 3 cards when this is summoned. Holy, oh, that's good. That's good. I like that. You can remove 3 echo counters exactly from your pendulum zones this turn. This card can make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase. Simple, concise, and really fucking cool. I like it. I really like it. Wait, so are they an OTK deck? Oh, I will take back every insult I ever said if they're. I love OTK decks, man. Oh, that's super cool though. So you're destroying a bunch of shit, and then you could just hit 3 times with this. Which, if this is directly, this is 7,500. It's pretty cool. Valmonica, Deity reversed, and then Reverse Deity. That's cool. It would have been kind of cool if they were the reverse of each other, like this is going down, this is going up. Well, by that I mean like, this is sort of an angelic figure going down, it could have been a demonic figure going up, which is already kind of a subversion of like angels up, devils down thing. That would be cool. Link 1 Light Fiend Link Effect. 1 effect monster once again. You can only link summon this card if a fiend monster, your pendulum zone has 3 or more echo counters on it. Only special summon once per turn. If a card you control destroy a battle or card effect, you remove 3 echo counters from your pendulum zone instead. Any card, not just a Valmonica. Once per your opponent's turn, quick effect, you target one of your Valmonica normal spell traps is banished from the graveyard, apply its activate effect. Oh shit. So this recycles your spell trap. So this will be going first, right? Because it's protection plus as a quick effect on your opponent's turn. And this is going second to finish them, OTKing them. This deck's cool as fuck so far. I really like that. It depends on how good the spell traps are, but so far it feels really generic, and actually I don't mind that they're pendulums, because this feels like it wouldn't even be used in a pendulum deck. Decide that we need to look at the spell traps. Field spell, you can only activate this card once per turn, makes sense, you can only use the second effect once per turn. This card is activated, add a Valmonica monster from your deck to hand, and as we know, 1 Valmonica is both of them, so that's actually like, this 1 card is your entire engine. Oh, but wait, this is a 1 card combo. Holy shit, that's good. If an echo counter is placed on a card in the pendulum zone, and there are now 3 echo counters on you, can target 1 monster your opponent controls, take control of it till the end phase. Oh my, wow, that's good. Wow, that's good, yeah. This doesn't even deal any damage, though, so I'm kind of concerned. They need to have more normal spell traps to deal damage and shit, or give you life points or whatever. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Activate one of the following effects. If you do not control a Valmonica card in your pendulum, then your opponent chooses the effect. Gain 500 life points, then excavate card from the top of your deck to activate a Valmonica, add it to your hand, also shuffle remaining cards in the deck, so it's just a search, that's fine. Take 500, then send a Valmonica card from deck to the graveyard. Don't know what you want to send yet. I guess you would send another spell, right, to get its effects off. But yeah, this is, but they have gain and lose effects. Oh shit, that's actually good. Wow, okay, so this is another way to get to your monsters? Holy fuck, man. This is good, okay. Valmonica, Intonner. Is this another French archetype and I didn't even realize? Valser. Intonner. It's another French archetype, isn't it? So we had the Hungry Borders, and then we had this. Okay, activate one of these effects. If you do not control, your opponent chooses the effect. Gave her life points. If there's a monster that can be special summoned from your graveyard, your opponent chooses one for you to special summon to your field. Ugh. We do not like having our opponent pick. At least this, it's really easy to get around it. Just normal a Valmonica, or set up your... Oh no, you have to set up your Pendulum Zones. So just set up your Pendulum Zones with one of the monsters and then begin comboing. Yeah. But this is booty. I guess you could just gain 500 life points while there are no monsters in your graveyard. Cool. Take 500 damage, then add a level 4 monster from your graveyard to your hand. I'm sorry, what, just any of them? Just get whatever the fuck you want, I guess. Okay, there has to be a combo with that, I'm not seeing, but that's fucking ridiculous, right? Wow, okay, this doesn't feel like it'd be good in Valmonica, though. The first card was great. This feels This feels like at best. And we're already on the trap. So, as far as spells, these will both be needed at 3. I'm just saying that because they deal life point damage or give you life point damage, and you do that multiple times a turn. Yeah, wow. Okay. Interesting. Normal trap. Only activate this card once. If you control a Valmonica monster card, activate one of the following effects. If you control a Valmonica Link monster, you can activate both in sequence. Ooh. Gain 500 life points and destroy spell trap on field. Take 500 damage, then you can return one monster on the field to the hand. Okay. You know, I'll say it after I review the cards, my thoughts, but so far this is really good. This is really good. I could see these guys being really good just because of this, because it allows you to destroy a spell trap, then return a monster on field to hand. You're not destroying a monster, which the other removal is destroying a monster. When they're playing selection, if you control, yep, it's the same thing. Gain 500 life points, then for the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot target Valmonica, because that's protection from targeting, so no imperm. Take 500 damage, then you can need the effects of an effect monster your opponent controls till the end of the turn. So it's imperm or it stops imperm. And that's all the cards. Okay, so starting off, these guys, pure, are literally garbage. There is no way you can play this deck pure. Not a singular way. They don't deal enough life point damage by themselves. However, since they don't lock you into anything, there's a certain... You can play Punk. Punk's an option, because that doesn't lock you in anything. You can play the Punk engine. You can also play the Gold Pride shit. Over in OCG, this must suck, because they don't have Gold Pride. But yeah, I think Gold Pride this is actually going to be a crazy build. You can play it in Dynamorphia, but they're more a stall style with this. This seems more like combo, proactive. As far as my comment about these being put into a Pendulum deck, I really don't think they can. There are a couple cards that deal damage in Pendulums, but having to put these in your Pendulum zones first probably kills it, because they don't have a lot of ways, as far as I know at least, as far as I remember, they don't have a lot of ways to remove shit from their Pendulum zones. So, unless there is cards I'm not thinking of that do that, because I hate watching Pendulums combo off, so I never pay attention to it. But yeah, if they do have a way to do that, this is pretty good. Once again, I think these guys are actually going to be good in shit like Dark Lords, because once again, inflicting damage, one of them is literally a Dark Fairy. These guys are going to be good in Dark Worlds. At least some side of the deck. The best cards here are definitely the links. I was really worried there was going to be some sort of negate, but once again, Konami made me happy by making negates either interesting or non-existent. In this case, it's non-existent. Instead, it's protection, while also being able to trigger a normal trap at any time, or destroy 3 or more cards, and then 3 attacks, basically ending the game there. I like this deck. I like this deck a lot, honestly. I really think... I don't think this is necessarily going to be meta, unfortunately, because meta is Kashtira, and you can't really kill Kashtira, unfortunately. As much as I would really fucking love something to kill Kashtira at this point. Yeah, like the top players, if we look at the top players right now, and what I predict the top players are going to be, I have to think about, will this work well with the new best engine, at least? The Diabell Star engine. The Diabell Star engine. I think they'd work well. I think they might be able to use the adventure engine as well, because they barely take up any zones. I honestly don't know. I'd say, if I had to predict anything, pure, garbage rogue at best. Okay, pure is garbage rogue. Okay? However, with like punk or gold pride or anything like that, I'd say these guys are more high tier 2. I don't think they're tier 1. I think they're high tier 2 though. I think they are tier 2 compatible. I really think they could kick some ass. Maybe tier 3, and maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm thinking too hard. The normal traps being able to happen on your opponent's turn and then your turn again is really good. The spells, they have no search spell, which is a little annoying, and their secondary spell is ass because they're pendulums. And one of the options is literally just getting your opponent the option to choose whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. Like, even with all that, I still think these guys are gonna be really strong. As well as there's a ton of decks already that benefit you from having low life points. Like, again, I pointed out Dynamorphia earlier. I think these guys could be really good in Dynamorphia. Because, like, you proactively do all this shit on your turn. So you lose a bunch of life points. You do your Dynamorphia shit. Afterwards, on your opponent's turn, make them lose a bunch of life points. Yeah. I really like the card art. I should note that as well. The card art on the main deck monsters is like this cutesy, cuddly, sort of, like, you'd expect to see it in sort of like a manga sort of thing. It kind of reminds me of the Trickstar monsters, right? Like, their hair and faces really reminds me of the Trickstar cards. I like how they're mirrors of each other. Like, this one's looking... Like, this one is kind of at a arrow shape pointing to the right. And this one's on an arrow shape pointing to the left. And then these guys are pointing down and pointing up, respectively. They even have opposite pointing arrows. Like, everything's just opposites. It kind of reminds me of, I guess, a better executed version of the Dream Mirror cards, how they're supposed to be opposites of each other, but they only really show it in the fact that one's evil and one's good. Whereas this just kind of is, oh my, I just noticed the spells. They're both different wine glasses. Oh, they're gonna censor that. They're gonna make, like, how are they gonna censor this? They're gonna make, like, orange juice, and then this is grape soda or whatever. Alright, let's go over, like, how I'm gonna rate this archetype overall. And this is how I'm gonna be rating all the archetypes from now on. Just came up with this as I'm recording this. Yeah, I know. I'm really prepared for everything. I want to rate it on consistency, power, versatility. Those are the three main things I look for in a deck. Starting off consistency, this is a 10 out of 10. This is great. This is amazing. You have a spell that gets you to your monsters. The monsters get you to your monsters. This spell gets you have 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways to get to your pendulum zones. So this is great. You could work through literally 3 ashes and still get your combo off if you get the right hand. That is ridiculous. Power, however, I'm gonna have to say it's okay. It's okay. It's like a 5 out of 10. This is really good. Like, Jewel Remy, turning into a 7500 attacker is really good, and this protecting everything is really good. But besides the Link monsters, if the Link monsters get removed, which your biggest power player has no protection, unfortunately, I'm a little concerned, honestly. I am a little concerned. Versatility, this gets a good 7 out of 10. Why am I saying 7 out of 10? Because while this can work in literally any deck that also doesn't have restrictions, it kind of requires you play a life point gain and loss deck. Like a deck that loses and gains life points at the same time. Which there are decks that do that. There are decks that gain life points and there are decks that lose life points. But you don't see them doing that at the same time, unfortunately. There's decks that want you to have lower life points than your opponent, and decks that you want higher life points than your opponent, but no decks that you want to be doing gaining and losing. The best I could say is Dark Lords, which once again, this is Dark Lord support. You can't tell me otherwise. But that's about the only deck I can think of that this really suits. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the new Valmonica. I've been calling them Valmonica the entire. They're Valmonica. I am stupid. All right, but anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.